What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Frank Warren. Frank Warren has some advice for Anthony Joshua. He said, if I was Anthony Joshua, I wouldn't fight again until we know the winner of this fight between Wilder and Fury. Then make the fight, Warren told The Telegraph. I'd let them strip me of my titles and not fight anyone until the big one. Wow. You know, reading this and this coming from Frank Warren saying that if he's Anthony Joshua, he would just let the sanctioning body strip him without defending any of these titles, because he would be worried about the winner of Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. So it's better to let the sanctioning body strip him than to fight and risk losing it all. Let me counterpunch this real quick. Question you ask yourself, who is this coming from? Frank Warren. Why would Frank Warren want Anthony Joshua to let the sanctioning bodies strip him for not fighting, not defending his titles? What sense would that make if Anthony Joshua to wait around and get stripped 3 times? Because he said he would, he says, I'd let them strip me of my titles and not fight anyone until the big one. That's stupid as shit I ever seen. Why? Because that's like saying, you know what? I'm not going to defend my titles. I'm going to wait for the big one, which is the WBC. So I'm going to lose the IBF, the WBO, and the WBA fucking around with the WBC. Then when I get the WBC, I won't have the other titles. It makes no sense. Now, Frank, I was trying to think of a reason why Frank would say that would make sense. Sure, if he does fight Kubrat Pulev and gets beat, okay, Pulev, since it's a mandatory, gets the 3. But not fighting him doesn't mean anything, okay? Let's say if he wants to do that. Let's say if Joshua goes, okay, I think I won't fight anyone until I fight Fury and Deontay Wilder. That means that his career would be waiting on theirs. His career would actually, he would base his career off of other people's fighting. That's retarded as shit. It's retarded on so many levels. For one, he's not defending his titles because he's a champion too. He's a unified champion. He's the only unified champion. The belt that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury is fighting for is the WBC. Okay. Now, you can claim the lineal, but the lineal is imaginary. It's intangible. You can't hold on to it. It's nothing you can grasp onto, okay? Nothing materialistic, nothing, right? It's bragging rights. It's the guy that beat the guy. Then you could be labeled that, but that means nothing. The WBC does, because the WBC means what? You have to pay sanctioning fees on this shit, okay? That's the big difference. Do you see Tyson Fury paying any sanctioning fees for being a lineal champ? No. Okay, so it doesn't mean what people think it means. Okay, it's not an organization. Okay, so Frank Warren would want Anthony Joshua to wait around to let these guys fight again and then possibly again, depends on how this fight's gonna go. It could be another fucking draw. So then you want him to sit there and relinquish all his belts and let Pulev and get the belt, and then let Usyk get the WBO belt, and then on the WBA side, somebody else gets that belt, whoever is up for that. That's the stupidest thing that you could ever do, you know. But of course, like I said from the beginning, who is this coming from? This is coming from Frank Warren. Frank Warren has his mind thinking that his guy, which is Tyson Fury, and Deontay Wilder is the biggest fight that can be made. It's the biggest heavyweight fight that's coming lately. Okay? It's not the biggest. It's the next biggest, but it's not the biggest. Okay? So for Anthony Joshua to lower his standards to just to get a fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, and he has no belts, well, what does he have to offer? That's another thing. What would he have to offer to them if he fights them? Money? Okay, yeah, he's the cash cow, but shit, he has no belts. So why would the fuck would he wait around to seal a deal with these guys? That's stupid. What would make more sense is if Joshua would pay his guys, Usyk and Kubrat Pulev, step aside money because he wants to wait for the winner to seal an undisputed deal. And then he keeps the belts in return and not fight. And he's just really a champion on hold for the winner. So it would be something like a tournament style. Now I could understand that. But the shit that Frank Warren's talking, I don't know what he's smoking. He must be smoking some strong shit this New Year's time. Because for him to think, oh, well, he can just wait. Why the fuck would Joshua do that? Joshua just busted his ass, reinvented himself, started another game plan, executed the game plan, boxed the hell out of Andy Ruiz, got his shit back, and you want him to give it up for the fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury? And guess what? Newsflash, there's no guarantee that those guys will even fight Anthony Joshua if they win. Tyson Fury might say some big shit, but then guess what? He has to fulfill his ESPN deal if he wins, loses, or draws. So if he does fight Deontay Wilder and he loses, he fights him again. That's the fourth time. And if he wins or loses, he still has to fight again for another contract because he has one more American fight left for ESPN. That was a part of the deal. Frank Warren knows that. So for Joshua, yeah, he would be sitting around losing all of his belts because by the time it takes those guys to fight twice, then for Tyson Fury to fight his last fight to obligate his contract for ESPN, yeah, they would have stripped all of his belts. Then he would have no belts. He wouldn't even be a champion. He'd be an ex-champion. Not just stupid. It makes no sense at all. So anyway, that's my counterpunch on Frank Warren. Maybe if he thought Anthony Joshua was a complete moron to listen to someone, that's his axis, okay, on the other side, sure, I guess that's something that he would do. But I think he's a little smarter than that. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.